Hey, how you doing, Periscope? I know this was really weird how I got on the. Hey, how you doing, Allison Bird? Tonight I want to talk to you about. I want to talk to you about a topic I was talking about earlier, and that has to do with your credit. I promised you that for the whole month of January, I'm going to be talking about rebuilding your credit and getting rid of debt collectors. So if you're new to the scope, I want to tell you a little about myself. Hey, how you doing, G. Collier? I am a Amazon best-selling author. I wrote a book in 2011, updated in 2014. Thank you for the hearts. Teaching people about how to rebuild their credit and how to get rid of debt collectors. Thank you for the hearts. So tonight, I want to talk about something that is a really big myth. And like I said, I'm going to be doing these for the whole month of January. And so, one of the big myths, and this is something that a lot of people don't know, a lot of people think that if they pay a debt collector, their score is going to increase. And it's late right now, so I'm going to only give you like a cliffhanging version of it. Hey, I see you join me back, G. Collier. Um, a cliffhanging version of what I mean. Now, I just want to put this disclaimer out there because I don't want to have the public thinking that I am trying to influence you to not pay your debts. If you feel like in your heart of hearts that you want to pay a debt, to make a debt collector happy or whatever it may be, maybe you want your conscience to feel free because you are paying a debt collector, by all means you go ahead and do it. But I will share with you that there is no type of correlation in terms of you paying a debt collector and it improving your credit score. The reason why is because there is a cycle that your debts are going to go into. And if you do not know the cycle that I'm talking about, your cycle at the point that it gets into the hands of a debt collector, originally it started off with the person that you took the credit out with. Remember, you signed a contractual contract with Visa, MasterCard, maybe it was a gas card, a store card, or what have you, in exchange that they said that they were going to extend credit to you and then you would pay them. Okay, things happen in life and you were unable to pay them. Now, hey, how you doing, Raquel Henson? Now the defaulted debt, because remember you couldn't pay the bill, now gets in the hands of a debt collector. Because this is what consumers don't know. Many original creditors are not in the business of collecting on debts. And so once a debt gets to the point of about 120 days, they sell that debt off. Bye bye, they're done with it. Because for the original creditor, remember the person that you took the credit out with, they get two advantages. One, they get to write that debt off. So they get the tax write off. And then number two, they get to recognize it as income when they sell it to a debt buyer. Now, what does all that mean to you as a consumer? Because I know you're wondering, okay, you're telling me a lot of good stuff, Lorelia, but what does it mean to me as the consumer? What it means to you as a consumer, that at the point that the debt collector decides that they want to now purchase that debt, there is a process that they must go through in order to prove to you as the consumer that you should pay them. And now, if you're wondering, am I making this up? No, I'm not. This is federal law. This is part of the FDCPA. If you're wondering what does that acronym mean, it stands for the Federal Debt Collection Practices Act. Hey, how you doing? Now, what does all that mean? That means to you as the consumer, thank you for the hearts, that debt collector has to prove to you, thank you, thank you, thank you for the hearts, that you, that, that they have the right to collect on that debt. And if they do not provide you with the right documentation to prove that the debt is is available for them to collect on it, by all means, that's reason why you should not be paying them. So like I said, this is the abbreviated version of me telling you this story. The reason why is because I'm telling you this is that we're going into the new year. Many consumers are going to make the resolution of, ooh, I want to get rid of debt. I want to rebuild my credit. And what a lot of them do not know is that there is a process. There's a process that you as a consumer want to go through with a debt collector if they are contacting you before you go just giving money away. You want to understand how this all works. Now, if you're wondering who I am, why should I speak on this subject matter? No, I am not a credit repair company. I do not work for a credit repair company. I do not have a credit repair company. I provide financial education. I help consumers equip themselves with learning the federal laws that can help them to rebuild your credit. Because a lot of consumers do not know that you can learn this yourself. There are no magic letters. There are no magic laws that credit repair companies have. And this is by no means to bash credit repair companies. If you are not interested in learning how this may impact you personally, then do not listen. Because what I do is I provide education. And I feel like, thank you so much for the hearts, that financial ignorance is a billion-dollar industry. And by all means, I'm calling nobody ignorant. But what I am telling you is that if you really want to help yourself financially, empower yourself, it is important that you learn this information. Decide in 2016. Do not be like everybody else who's just going to make that resolution. Oh, I want to rebuild my credit. Oh, I want to increase my credit score. Decide today that you want to become educated in this area, because he or she who decides to educate themselves on a matter of financial literacy is more empowered than a person who says, let me just pay someone and have them to do it for me. Because let me tell you this, statistics show that people who get their credit repaired will fall into the same situation in the same